The Masters and the Augusta National. They have always been a time and a place to tell a good story in the language of golf. Like the one about the immigrant's son, Saraceni changed it to Sarazen and found himself 3 strokes down with 4 holes to play in his first Masters and made all of them up with 1 shot, a shot heard round the world. The echoes of that double eagle still reverberating 60 years later. Or the story of the 25-year-old who showed up in Augusta towing a trailer and trying to earn his first tournament check. He shot a final round of 69 and tied for 10th with Byron Nelson and Dick Mayer. That was 40 years ago, and of course, his name was Arnold Palmer. "20 years ago? Well, that story was about Jack Nicklaus, who'd already won 4 Masters, just like Palmer. Nicklaus was 1 down in the final round and faced a long putt to a tough position on the 16th hole.
Up the hill.
And with that, he won what many call the greatest Masters ever. Welcome to the 1995 Masters. On Thursday morning, the Masters honorary starters meet on the first tee with Chairman Jack Stevens. And then the 59th Masters begins with 93-year-old Gene Sarazen's tee shot. Right down the middle. The course has been fast and firm, but this day-long rain softens it and makes it seem for a time as if no one can miss. At day's end, 3 men are tied for the lead. David Frost, with 5 birdies against no bogeys, lofts a sand wedge to the par 5 15th. And adds his 6th birdie of the day for a 66. A round, he says, was inspired by the man he was paired with, Paul Azinger, returning to the Masters for the first time in 2 years.
I kind of stayed in close touch with him over the last 2 years. You know, spoke to him now and again and knew how he was feeling. And I was more into him than what I was into my round.
Phil Mickelson for Eagle at 13. In his 3rd Masters, he shoots his lowest round and ties for the lead. The defending champion at the 12th hole. Jose Maria Olazabal chips in with a 7-iron for birdie. And then uses the same club at 15. This time, it's an eagle and a share of the lead. But the story of the day is Jack Nicklaus.
Congratulations. Thanks.
Tell me about 4 birdies on the back 9.
Well, I'm gonna start off with the front 9. I'm gonna start with my 5-iron at number 5, because that was the shot of the day for me. I mean, that pin was a very, very difficult pin. I took a 5-iron, stuck it up in the air, and I said, Jackie, that's right on the flag. And the ball came down, and we never saw it. We didn't have a clue, and there was sort of a delayed reaction. Then all of a sudden, it exploded, and I realized it was in the hole. So I made a 2 there on that hole. That's 2.5 shots on the field right there. And then the backside, I really played a nice 3-iron into 10. I hit a cut 3-iron in there and drove it to the wrong side of the fairway, which wasn't a very good drive, but I hit a 3-iron in there about 5 feet.
2 under after the birdie putt.
Then the 12th hole, I hit a 7-iron, and that pin's a dangerous pin in that front left, so I just put it past the pin. I left myself with probably 17 or 18 feet, I guess.
Three under.
I went to 14, and I played a really good 5-iron in there with that pin. That's a tough pin placement. And I put that in about 4 feet and made that.
Now 4 under.
I elected to lay it up at 15 because I had it hook my second shot. And I didn't have all that far I could get there, but I said, it's going to get too hot on the green. That's not a hard pin to play a wedge to, so I laid it up and put a wedge in there about 3.5, 4 feet, and I made that for birdie. So those are my 4 birdies when I had a really nice par at 18.
A round of 67, 1 shot out of the lead.
20 years ago, the greatest Masters ever, your victory here. 10 years ago, almost, 9 years ago, the last victory. Any symmetry, any...
I don't know. I think all of them were pretty good. I think 86 was probably the better one of the two. 75 maybe for the gallery from a standpoint of the whole tournament, because there's Tom and Johnny and myself were all coming right down the stretch. In 86, there was just the same number of guys coming down in 86, but the back 9 I shot there was something I'll never forget and treasure forever. And I think I might treasure this little round today too a little bit too, and see if I can make a little bit, add a little bit to that tomorrow.
With the promise of sunshine tomorrow, the first day of this Masters ends with great scoring, highlighted by the round of 55-year-old Jack Nicklaus. Davis Love matches the opening round his father shot in 1964 when he tied Arnold Palmer and Gary Player for the lead, while Ben Crenshaw bogeyed the first hole before picking up 3 birdies. And Raymond Floyd breaks par in the opening round for the 6th year in a row, while 19-year-old Tiger Woods equals it. How do you celebrate a 67? With 3 bags of balls. Golf generations crossing, Jack Nicklaus sharing this time and space with 19-year-old Tiger Woods. Someone asked Jack if he had a chance to shoot his age today. He said no, but I almost shot Arnold's. '65-year-old Arnold Palmer birdied the 16th hole. Which seemed only fitting, given the new plaque freshly installed on a fountain behind that tee. It is only the 4th such monument on the golf course. And it was dedicated in a special ceremony Tuesday evening honoring the 40th anniversary of Arnold Palmer's first Masters.
Arnold Palmer must be remembered in his entirety. He must be remembered for his character, his devotion to his loved ones, as well as his golf achievements.
A beautiful round today for the man that has just won the Masters title for the 4th time.
You wonder why a place is so special. And it's so special because of a lot of things. It's tradition. It's Bobby Jones, Cliff Roberts, the people who followed them, the Jack Stevens, the membership who have kept the tradition in order through all these years. And I suppose if I'd like to see something continue, it is the tradition that has taken place over the years here at Augusta. I would be remiss if I didn't say something about some other people that have been very important in my life and career. One, my wife, Winnie, who has been most supportive of the things that I've had to do. But to all of you people who have supported me, thank you very much.
On Friday, the sun moves in for the weekend, and it's springtime for everyone, especially the seniors. 63-year-old Gabe Brewer shoots 70 today, while 57-year-old Charles Cootie shoots a 73, as does 59-year-old Gary Player. And when Arnold Palmer pars 18, he has a 73 as well. But the day is not kind to Jack Nicklaus. He bogeys the second hole, adds 5 more after that, and shoots a 78, leaving it to Palmer to explain the special feeling one gets in Augusta.
There's a feeling, certainly, and that feeling is that what the hell am I doing shooting such a high score? That's the thing that bothers me the most. But, you know, it's great. How can you beat this? This is golf at its finest right here.
Golf at its finest includes another 72 by Tiger Woods, who is guaranteed the low amateur title by virtue of being the only amateur to make the cut. Big names, and many of them are moving up the leaderboard. Greg Norman eagles 13 on his way to a 68. Ben Crenshaw for a birdie at 11. A week before his death, Harvey Penick gave Ben Crenshaw a putting lesson and told him to trust his swing. He birdies 16 and 17 for a 67 and is 7 under for the tournament. Fred Couples at the 15th hole.
I'll be as good as you look.
It is exactly 60 years to the day since Gene Sarazen holed a 4-wood for double eagle. Couples uses an 8-iron and is 4 under after 2 days. Jay Haas is 6 under after a birdie at 15. Makes that and moves to 7 under with 2 holes to play. Scott Hoke, 3rd shot at the par 5 13th. He shoots 67 and is tied for the lead at 8 under par. With Haas, who birdied 17 and putts for his 4th in a row at 18. a 64 and a two-day total of 9 under par. The H-Gang heads the leaderboard halfway through the tournament. But it's crowded at the top, including Davis Love, whose late father was also one of Harvey Penick's students. Past champions, Couples, Faldo, Olazabal, Lunger, and Raymond Floyd are in the hunt, along with Greg Norman. The cut comes at +1, and Tom Watson makes it for a record 21st year in a row. Saturday, another perfect day for golf, with temperatures in the low 80s and light breezes in the air. The Augusta National Golf Club is not merely the site of the tournament. Its membership is actively involved in the day-to-day operations of the Masters. And there is a golf tradition here, an amateur tradition in the purest sense of the word that began with the club's founder, Bob Jones, and continues today with members such as Charlie Yates, who competed in the first Masters, finishing 21st, and was the winner of the 1938 British Amateur. Members like Charlie Coe, who twice won the United States Amateur and almost won the Masters in 1961 when he finished tied for second with Arnold Palmer, one shot behind Gary Player. And members like Billy Joe Patton.
Used to call him, his nickname was White Lightning.
Really?
Yeah, his backswing, you couldn't even see it. He was wilder than a March hare on the golf course, but he got the ball in the hole faster than most people I've ever known.
Billy Joe Patton played in 13 Masters, none finer than 1954, when he led Hogan and Snead with just 6 holes to play before knocking his ball in the water at 13 and losing by a single shot. The Masters and its membership. On Saturday, Jack Nicklaus shot a 70, which included yet another eagle at the par 4 fifth.
2 times in the same week on the same hole, it's impossible to get the ball around that hole anywhere. And here I hit it in the hole twice. That's pretty fantastic.
Curtis Strange for a birdie on the difficult 14th green. Five under on his round, 6 under for the tournament. He then birdies 15 and tees off at the par 3 16th. A round of 65 has him challenging his good friend Jay Haas.
He left a note in my locker, said nice round, great round, and then he had patience for today, 3 exclamation points. And then I looked up and saw he was 5 or 6 under, 7 under. I said, well, hell, he hadn't been patient today.
Davis Love at the par 3 12th. He shoots 71 and is 7 under. Greg Norman at 16. Shoots 68 for the second day in a row. He's 7 under. Ben Crenshaw at 11.
Hit hard. Hit hard.
Get a phone by.
Hard.
As yesterday's leaders stumble on the first 9, he's moving up the board. Steve Elkington at 14. Ties Crenshaw at 8 under par. Ben for birdie at 11. Has the lead to himself. Jay Haas lost 4 strokes in the first 6 holes. But with the help of this birdie at 12, he makes them all back and shoots 72. Fred Couples at 17, 4 under on his round. Adds another birdie for a 67 and a tie with Haas. One of the remarkable stories of this tournament, Brian Henniger bogeyed 4 of the first 5 holes in this, his first Masters, and now with the delicate pitch at 15, sets up a birdie that leaves him just 1 stroke out of the lead.
When I teed off, I was so nervous that first day. I mean, the expectations and everything that goes along with this, I was just so excited to be here that I couldn't really get the stress and the anxieties out of my system, and I finally did. And I think the turnaround, I mean, if I look back, was on, 6 on Thursday. I hit a shot about a foot, and that was the first shot I'd hit in 6 holes, and that really kind of turned my corner, and then I got comfortable. And I was fortunate because Davis and I are good friends, and it was fun to play with him. Even though he hits it about 50 yards by me, he still makes me feel comfortable, and that was fun, and just excited to be here.
At 15, Phil Mickelson with a 5-iron from 190 yards. He 2-putts for birdie, shoots 70, and is in the hunt at 9 under. Henniger, 1 behind Crenshaw at 16. A walk-on to his college golf team, now a co-leader at the Masters.
I studied this and watched the golf tournament as much as anybody, and I think this really kind of carried over, but I can still hear the echoes of Nicklaus and Palmer and the guys down there on 12 and 13 and around Amen, but it's just fun to be here.
He can also hear the echoes coming from the Saracen Bridge as Ben Crenshaw walks the last 4 holes in this 3rd round. At 18, he has a birdie putt for the outright lead. A round of 69, and credit to the man who carries his golf bag.
My caddy, Carl Jackson, has been with me so long, and he knows my game. He made a couple of suggestions, and I've kept my swing slow enough to where it works, so I've been proud of the way I've played.
What was it like out there today as he's making his run to the top of the leaderboard?
Well, we're just trying to keep everything together and keep concentrating out there on what we're trying to do. And try to minimize mistakes.
A little bit of a heavy heart this week with what happened with Mr. Pinnock. Would it be that much more special for you to win here?
It would. I'm trying like the Dickens not to think about that, but simple truth is that I'll carry Harvey's memory with me till the day I die. I mean, he just has such a profound influence on his pupils. He was just such a kind man. There were so many nice facets about him. Kathy Whitworth, I think, said it best, that just came close to living and being a perfect human being. I mean, he was just very, very simple, but he helped others so much.
Ben Crenshaw, who says he came to Augusta without much confidence in his game, shares the 3rd round lead with rookie Brian Henniger. But this leaderboard is as crowded with talent as anyone can remember, and 5 great players are only 1 shot behind. 3 more players are 2-pack, while Davis Love and Greg Norman lurk 3 shots off the pace. Faldo and Raymond Floyd are 5-back, Olazabal and Watson 6, while Tiger Woods shoots his first over par round of the tournament. On Sunday, Jack Nicklaus did not make an eagle at the 5th hole. He finished the tournament 2 over par.
Love you, Anne Marie. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay, Martin.
Love you, Emery.
Yeah. How you doing? Good to see you. I'll go. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay.
Ready for a final round?
Yes.
Nice day.
I'm just gonna take it one shot at a time. I'm gonna try to keep it out of the bunker on the first hole, and that's all I'm thinking about.
You got it.
Okay. Thanks.
Have a great day.
Hey Ben, how you feeling today? Pretty good.
Any thoughts about today?
Oh, just try to take what the course gives us and try to maintain the same rhythm I've had and see where the cards fall.
Great day today. Have a terrific day.
Thanks.
A lot of people rooting for you today, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
On another perfect day, big mistakes come early. Nick Faldo double bogeys the first hole. Brian Henniger bogeys the second and third. Fred Couples double bogeys 5. Phil Mickelson double bogeys 6. But Greg Norman knocks in a birdie at 6, his second of the day, and is just 1 behind Crenshaw. Davis Love paired with Norman. Birdie's 8, his third of the day, and is tied for the lead. Crenshaw on the tee at the par 3 6th. He birdied the second, bogeyed the 5th. His 7-iron leaves him 5 feet from the outright lead. (11 under par). Jay Haas 1 back. Birdie's 8, and again, there's a tie. Norman's third shot at the par 4 10th. Ten under, 1 behind the leaders. Love for a birdie at the same hole. Ties Haas and Crenshaw for first. Fred Couples' second shot at the par 5 8th. Uphill, he can't see where the ball goes. It broke right at the last second. But the near double eagle brings Couples within 1. At 9, Crenshaw, tied for the lead, has a sand wedge to the green. To a demanding pin with no margin for error, he sets up a tap-in birdie. And that shot sends him to the second 9 with a 1-stroke lead on Love and Haas. 2 up on Greg Norman and Fred Couples. Norman's second at the par 5 13th. He's played the par 5s better than any of the leaders this week and has that putt for eagle. Jay Haas to save par at 11. He falls 2 shots back. Norman for eagle. It never broke, but the birdie pulls him within 1 of Crenshaw. Love after a disappointing par at 13, plays his second at 14, a sand wedge from 110 yards. He was the last man to qualify for this Masters, and now he can tie for the lead. Couples, after a bogey at 11, fires at the most dangerous pin position on 12. Love for birdie. 12 under and a tie with Crenshaw. Putting for a birdie at 11 after a routine par at 10. Couples for a birdie at 12. Norman, second shot at 15, a 7-iron. He is 14 under par on the par 5s this week and has another chance for an eagle. Couples for par. His putting ends his chances as he drops 4 shots back. Love at 15, a 9-iron for his second shot.
Come down.
Crenshaw 12, a 7-iron, 162 yards. In the bunker.
This much. Just this much.
Davis Love for eagle. He taps for birdie and leads by 1. Crenshaw needs to get up and down. Norman for eagle and a tie for the lead. Twelve under, 1 back, but out of par 5s to play. Crenshaw to save par. At this moment, 4 are left in contention, with Davis Love holding to a 1-shot lead as he plays the par 3 16th. You play for the slope to take the ball to the hole, but Love's shot is 5 yards too far to the right. Jay Haas at 14.
One time.
Norman on the tee at 16. His ball even farther right than Love's. Haas for birdie. Two behind Love with the par 5 15th next. Norman second at 16. He'll make par from there. But Love gives a shot back And there's now a three-way tie with Norman and Crenshaw. Who's playing his second shot at 13.
Had a beautiful drive, and I just needed to hit a 5-iron somewhere on the left side of the green, let the contour take it down.
Don't pull it.
And I pulled it into a terrible spot. It was up on the upslope.
Crenshaw is only 3 under on the par 5s this week. Haas at 15, a 4-iron from 200 yards.
I didn't get it.
And watches his best chance to win slip away. Crenshaw's third at 13.
I had to sort of fashion a little 7-iron chip and run, and I played sort of a safe shot. I couldn't get too cute with it, going way up the hill. And put it over there, and I said, Carl, I've got to make this one.
Co-leader Norman with a sand wedge at 17. But pulls it into a near impossible position. Crenshaw for birdie and the lead.
We read it just outside the hole and just buried it. It was a bold putt, and I hit it right in the hole. It gave me new life there.
Love at 17, also a sand wedge. Crenshaw on the tee at 14. His natural draw fits the shape of the hole, but he gets it too far left. But the ball kicks back toward the fairway. Norman to save a crucial par at 17. He closes his Masters with 3 rounds of 68, finishing 11 under, which won't be good enough. Love to move back into a tie for the lead. This Masters is now a 2-man duel as Crenshaw fashions his second at 14. A shut-faced 8-iron to keep the ball under the trees and get it up on the green. From where he makes par. Love at 18 takes his drive over the fairway bunkers, far left, but only 120 yards from the pin. He plays his second shot with a wedge on the uphill 405-yard hole. But comes up short. Crenshaw at 15. Davis Love played a 9-iron here. Crenshaw has a 4-wood.
You just hit it like a bullet.
Like a bullet, yeah.
Love's third at 18. A beautiful putt. Crenshaw, after an indifferent chip, has this for a birdie at 15. He settles for par. Davis Love shoots 66 and finishes 13 under. In the history of the Masters, no one has ever shot 275 and lost the tournament. Co-leader Ben Crenshaw on the 16th tee.
Got right on the tee box at 16. It just looked like a perfect 6-iron.
After scrambling from a bunker at 12, an upslope at 13, beneath branches at 14, and the gallery at 15, all without losing a stroke, he puts himself in position to regain the lead. The 1984 champion goes one up on the field. On the tee at 17.
Yeah.
A 9-iron second shot. This putt for birdie.
I played 17 like a picture. That was a beautiful little 9-iron. And then the putt was one of the prettiest putts I ever hit.
Davis Love was taken to the Bob Jones cabin after his round, from where he could watch Ben Crenshaw hit the 5 near-perfect shots on 16 and 17 that won this year's Masters. Two men walked that fairway to the 18th green, and the spirit of a third was there as well. It didn't matter that the final putt was for bogey, because it was also for victory.
I had to let it go. I mean, I had to let it go.
I'm happy for Ben. I'm happy that one of Harvey's guys won the tournament. Thoughts of your father as you were playing this last round? A little bit. You know, I think about him all the time, and you know, he did a lot to help me get where I am, and you know, he would have been proud to see me at least have a chance. And you know, I can take it a little better since Ben won, because I know Harvey and my dad are looking down and happy that both of us played well.
It was such an emotional week for me, obviously in the beginning, and I don't think I've ever done a quicker transformation in my game, because I had not played well coming in here. The last month had been very rocky, and we were dreading Harvey's death for a long time. I knew it was near. But I came back over here and started hitting some practice balls and started hitting the ball like I wanted to. Carl Jackson, I cannot say enough about that man. I mean, he helped me with both my swing and my putting. And he just mentioned two little things. He just said, put the ball back in your stance a little bit, turn your shoulders a little bit more. And I started getting good contact right away. My confidence just grew. I had a great feel, good touch this week. I didn't make too many mistakes. I would have loved to play the par fives better. I mean, how can you can't spot these long hitters with the par fives, but fortunately I played the other holes very well and didn't drop too many shots, so I can't explain it. I had a 15th club in my bag, and it was Harvey this week.
Ben Crenshaw equals Ben Hogan's total of 274, the lowest score in Masters history, behind the record 271 shared by Nicklaus and Floyd, and wins a tournament that will be talked about for as long as men tell stories in the language of golf. The Masters. What you remember are the golf course, its heroes, and the moments they combine to create.